Hey guys, and welcome to the official YouTube channel for FPL Updates, the home of Fantasy Premier League tips for every FPL game week. If you're new to the channel, make sure to get subscribed for weekly FPL content. My name is Bretsby, and you may know me from my own FPL channel, so once you're finished here, perhaps go and check that out as well. So this is the preview for game week 14, where we take a look at what I believe are some of the key fixtures of the game week, and hopefully give you guys some insights into where the points are coming from this weekend. We kick off the game week with a huge top-of-the-table clash with Man City versus league leaders Chelsea. I do believe both managers' styles suggest neither team will be parking the bus, so I'm thinking no clean sheets here, but anything could happen on the day. If you've got players from either team, then it's probably best just to stick by them this week. But if I had to give a prediction, I think Kevin De Bruyne could be able to prove a point against his old club, so he could really feature. And it's always hard to ignore Aguero, especially after he bagged 2 goals last week. With all that said, Chelsea are on a terrific run of 7 straight wins, so it's better just to sit on the fence for this one. Let's just hope for entertainment purposes that this game lives up to the bill. Southampton are away to Crystal Palace this week, and on current form, you just have to fancy the Saints here. They've kept 2 clean sheets on the bounce, beat Everton last weekend, and now come off a confidence-boosting cup win against Arsenal in midweek. Palace's form, on the other hand, is quite the opposite. They've conceded a whopping 17 goals in just 5 games and haven't kept one single clean sheet the entire season. This means that Charlie Austin has to be an absolute banker for this game week. After being rested for the cup game in midweek, he'll be fit and fresh to face that leaky Palace defence. At a modest 6.8 million, he's proved to be extremely good value for money for a while now. Following his game against Palace, he faces Middlesbrough, Stoke and then Bournemouth in his following 3, so there's more than one reason to opt for Charlie Austin over the next few game weeks. Spurs are hosting Swansea at home this weekend in a game where Tottenham fans will be expecting a performance. Swansea picked up a confidence-boosting win last weekend, but let's not forget they still shipped 4 goals in the process, so Harry Kane owners will surely be licking their lips. Kane has got to be a hot captain tip for this weekend and offers a nice alternative to the underperforming Romelu Lukaku. So if you are looking to get rid of Lukaku this week, you may just be able to afford Harry Kane, and I'd feel pretty confident with him going into game week 14. His teammate Christian Eriksen finally returned some points last week, so he could play his part in supplying Kane with a few more opportunities in this game. In Sunderland's match against Leicester, it's hard to pick out one key man. Neither team has a decent defensive record this season, so it could offer up some goals. And it's one of those games that both sides will need to win. Personally, I've brought in Jermaine Defoe this week, and I think he's the safest bet. But with Champions League progress now out of Leicester's mind, perhaps Mahrez and Vardy can start to deliver a little more in the Premier League. Your guess is as good as mine on this one, but I do fancy a few goals from either side in this game. Another key FPL fixture this game week has to be West Brom's home game against Watford. I say this because significantly, Watford are without 2 of their usual back 4, with defenders Younes Kaboul and Miguel Britos both missing for this game. This shake-up in defence should provide more impetus to an already confident West Brom side. Matt Phillips has been excellent recently, but with Nacer Chadli returning from injury, I think he could be an excellent shout for this game week. Perhaps the most significant moment of last week's game week was the most owned Philippe Coutinho suffering an ankle injury and ruling him out until next year. You've got to feel sorry for anyone who opted for him as captain last week, and I'm sure it was a lot, considering he was the most popular option on many of the voting polls. You'd still have to fancy Liverpool to continue their fine attacking form and bagging a couple of goals here. There's no doubt they're going to miss Coutinho's creative spark, but with very strong options still to come in, I'd still keep your faith with Mane and Firmino this week. We close out the game week with a nice slice of Monday Night Football, and Middlesbrough face the Premier League whipping boys Hull City. Hull made it to the semi-finals of the League Cup in midweek, so that'll give them some confidence, but it was after a gruelling 120 minutes of football, so that could take its toll on them. Negredo of Middlesbrough finally got back on the goal trail, so he could certainly be a good shout to score again this week. Without being exceptional, Middlesbrough have strung together a very nice run of results recently, so for me, I'm really fancying them to beat Hull. And although clean sheets are solid to predict this year, I think Borough have a very good chance of one here. As for a captain choice, personally, I'm thinking to give the armband to Charlie Austin this week, for reasons discussed earlier, but I am a little torn with Alexis Sanchez bursting back onto the scene last weekend. I also think Kane will be a very popular choice, and honestly, I can't argue with that decision at all. And I think Kane provides a nice stress-free option, which I'm sure will be very popular. So I hope it works out for you guys. Okay, that's all for the Game Week 14 preview. I hope you found it entertaining as well as a little bit informative. Make sure to get subscribed if you haven't already, and perhaps check out my own YouTube channel, which can be found in the description. Thanks for watching.